Hello, everyone. My name is Holly, and for this lesson, we will be talking about the lure of the lottery. So we will be talking about money. We'll go over how to say different letters. We will look at some vocabulary. We will read a short article. I guess a short article, and do all kinds of different things, and also have a discussion. So I look forward to working with you as we talk about the lure of the lottery. So, um, my name is Holly, and I am currently in Idaho, where it is 9 p.m. in the on Friday evening, and so my Friday is not over yet, so the weekend has not yet started for me. So anyway, it'll be nice to work with you all. I have been teaching English since 1994 and have been teaching online since 2006. Um, all right, so look forward to working with you all. So this is the material. Have you ever entered any kind of lottery? Did you win anything? So this is the lesson for this evening. The lure of the lottery. So I'll go ahead and get started and talk you guys through this. And then if people want to join, they're welcome to. And then we'll start over if you join. So have you ever entered any kind of lottery? Did you win anything? I have never entered a lottery because I don't agree with actually having to pay. I don't want to pay to win something. I joke that I will win the lottery one day, but it's kind of hard if I don't ever enter. Did you win anything? Well, I did enter a contest where I just got a phone call. Oh, good. Hi, Alejandro. You're here. So I was just starting this lesson without anybody.
Hello?
Alejandro? Hello, can you speak?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
good. Excellent. Excellent. So, yeah, so what time is it right now? And it's got to be at least 1 a.m., right?
Now it's 12 o'clock.
Oh, it's only midnight. Okay.
Yes.
For night owls, that's not even not a problem at all. So, yeah. Um, I have a tendency to stay up till 1 or 2, 3 in the morning, and I've got to stop that because of some other contracts that I'm working on. So do you work during? I think we talked about this yesterday. Do you work in the evenings, or no?
Uh,
You're on holiday.
no, here it's holiday.
Uh-huh.
And I work in the morning, but it's like a weekend today.
Hmm. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And the morning and the evening.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. And did you have Good Friday off?
Um, I'm not a religious person.
Hmm.
Mm,
Did you still get the day off of work?
yes, yes.
Hmm.
I don't. Uh, I have two holidays,
Hmm.
Thursday and Friday.
That's right. You were the one I was talking to yesterday about this. Very same conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, and then Odie came in, and he was in Indonesia and also had the same holiday, and I was jealous. So yeah, awesome. All right. Well, let's go ahead and start this topic. The lure of the lottery. Do you know what a lure means?
No.
Any idea what that means? It's what it is. It's basically what it's the attraction. Basically the attraction of the lottery. And let's see if I can show you an example. I believe with animals they use a lure. They use what is called a lure. Bear with me a moment. Okay. Huh. This is not what I was thinking. So,
Don't
yeah.
worry, I understand.
You get it? Okay. I don't need to go because this is what came. This is what came up. Fish hooks.
Okay.
But fish hooks, fish. It makes sense because fish hooks lure the people in. So Carlos, how are you today?
Hello, Holly. How are you?
Very good. Now, are you the Carlos from Western Mexico? Or are you different?
I'm fine, but my other account is not working. So.
Okay. All right. Because I was like, I bet you're the same Carlos. You're just using a different account. Because I think I have 3 Google Plus accounts. So.
Yes, my another account is having issues, so I start with this account.
Okay. All right. Well, that happens. So, all right. And Jinyu, welcome back. So Jinyu, did you get some breakfast?
And I'm very hungry.
You need to eat. What you need to do, you need to buy a cordless headset. So during the lessons, you can go get your drink, and you can still hear the lesson.
Oh, no one cooks food for me.
Oh, really? Okay. So you have to see. So you can be if you had a cordless head. If you had a cord. Okay, go ahead.
My wife and my mother-in-law are playing outside. Oh,
enjoying the weather.
I come to say goodbye to you, but I am still opening my class. I have to pick up my daughter. She is learning painting.
Oh yes, you've done that before. Yeah, you've shown her paintings to us. So.
Yes. When I'm back, I would show her painting to you.
Okay, awesome. All right. And is this the same Carlos? Two different accounts? It is. Okay. Okay. All right, because there are some Carloses in other countries. Now, Carlos, is your name a real common name in Spanish?
I don't know. I know a few, but it's more common Juan or Jose or David, Daniel.
David, I think, is the most common. Or Daniel. Is Daniel also common?
Too. But Carlos, I only knew a few, but I don't know
really?
if it's common in the rest of Latin America.
It might be more common in the U.S. For among Hispanic speaking families, maybe Spanish-speaking families, maybe. And how about Alejandro? Is that a common name as well, Alejandro?
Yes, in Argentina is very common.
Is it common in Mexico?
Yes. In fact, my sister, her name is Carla. Oh, Alejandra.
Alejandra. Yeah, because there's Alejandro and Alejandra.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and um, we have actually a Mexican restaurant, and I think it's the best one in the valley, in the whole area, about 5 miles from my house, and it's called Alejandro's. So I guess it's owned by a Mexican American with that name. So, all right. So, a question for you guys: have you ever entered any kind of lottery? Did you win anything? So let's start with Alejandro.
Mm, No, in my case, I don't have. I enter in the casinos, but only for see the
Okay.
roulettes.
Uh-huh. So you go to the casinos, but you only watch.
Yeah, yes, only for watch the roulettes.
Only to watch. It's funny, I've never watched the roulettes. I've only seen that on TV. So, is it interesting to watch?
Uh, no, no, I don't think so. No.
Okay. Carlos, have you ever entered any kind of lottery? Did you win anything?
A couple of times on national lottery, but I don't like it. I only enter because I had curious about, but I don't like to enter in the lottery.
Okay. Yeah. I always joke that I am going to win the lottery. But it's kind of hard to win the lottery if I never enter the lottery. I never buy any lottery tickets or anything. But I just got a phone call before the last class, and I had a choice of 3 things I could win, and I won 2 free nights in a 5-star hotel. But all I have to do is listen to this man talk about their products. And so I scheduled it in a couple of weeks. I'll get this 2 free hotel nights. So it'll be a nice vacation for me.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Here, some families play lotteries, but not for money.
And why do they play it?
They play the bingos,
Oh, yes.
they call
Okay.
here, but not for money, for things or something like that.
Forget. Mhm.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
a family game.
Mhm. The Catholic Church up here they do bingo nights, and I
Yes,
think that's the same. They get a lot of gifts and stuff.
here the name is Kermes. The name
Carnifs.
Kermes.
Huh. What does that mean?
I think it's games to organize the church.
Mm.
The they give different things
Mhm. Okay.
for people
Okay.
who win.
Okay. So games organized by the church, and they give gifts to people who win. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, in Finland, it's interesting. I taught there for 11 years, and I taught people from every industry, and I taught a man who worked for the Finnish Lottery Association, and it was very interesting because he told me that in Finland, people go and they buy the lottery tickets, right? And all of the money goes to charity in Finland. And because of that, all of the money is tax free. So if you win the lottery, you do not have to pay taxes. Do you guys know about in your country? Do you have to pay taxes if you win the lottery?
A lot of taxes.
Yeah,
If
the
you,
States.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you won the lottery in Mexico, you have to pay about 30% of the of the money.
Hmm. Yeah, the same in the States. It's probably 50% or something like that.
Yeah.
How about in Argentina?
I think it's similar. I don't know exactly, but part of the money received the charity.
Hmm. Okay, so part of the money goes to the church as well, and the nonprofit organizations.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I
all
think
right.
that lottery is like a business for the government. So
Yeah, it is. In Finland, it definitely is, and it helps them with, like, it helps with soccer clubs and all kinds of different things. Definitely. In the States, I don't know. I don't think that anything helps the government. I don't. Um, but anyway, let's look at this. We have a quick quiz. The UK has had a government organized lottery for over 10 years. So let's guess the answer. And you guys tell me what the answers are. And I thought at the same time we can actually practice with these, saying some of these numbers if they're problematic, as well. So let's start. Carlos, could you read this first line and also say all the numbers as well?
number of lottery. I don't know how to pronounce lottery.
Lottery. Usually, a lot of times when you have two T's right here, it comes out like a D. So this is kind of the lottery. Is pretty much how it would be, lottery.
Okay. So will be number of lottery tickets sold each week. Read all the numbers or
Yeah, just read all four numbers. All four of these.
200. I don't know.
Oh, that's why we're practicing it. Okay.
I think will be 250,000.
Yes, 250,000. Perfect. Next one.
90,000.
No, so this is if this is 250,000, what do you think this is?
9,000.
So 900.
100,000.
900,000. Perfect. Okay. Next one.
50 million. 80 million.
Yeah, it's always nice when it's in the billions and millions because you don't have to deal with this part. So, okay. So, Alejandro, could you read the next one?
Total number of lottery millionaires.
Perfect.
650
Uh-huh.
and 7,000,
Mm-hmm.
4,500
Mm-hmm.
and 18,000.
Perfect. Now, with this one, you actually, when you said it, it sounded like this. 70.
70.
So this one right here, you would say 1,700.
1,700.
Yeah, so make sure that you're pronouncing the teen. That's a stress right there. So you have, with 70, the stress is in the front. 70. But with 17, the stress is here. 70, 17.
Okay.
And also this T actually sounds like a D, 70. So,
if the number have decimals, I need to say point or comma?
point.
Point. Okay.
Yeah, point. Now, if it's an email address, what do you say? If it has this.
At the
So say, for example,
domain name point.
Say for example, we've got Verbling. What do we say here?
.com.
.com. Yeah. So in anything related to the internet, it's dot. If it's with numbers, it's point.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the difference there. So, Carlos, could you read the next one?
Yes. Amount of prize money won each week. 350,000,
Mm-hmm.
900,000,
Mm-hmm.
2 million, 5 million.
Perfect.
That
Okay.
counts,
Excuse me?
that symbol is pounds or
Pounds, yeah.
it's,
That's the pound sign. And I'm not sure why. Yeah, because this is about the UK, so it would be pounds. Pound sign. So a lot of times we would say 350,000 pounds. Now, one thing that I've learned, and I mean, I learned this when I was in Finland, and I don't know how true it is, but I need to probably email one of my British colleagues. I am under the impression that the in American English we put an S here. We would say 350,000 pounds, where in British English they do not put the S here. That's what I was told. Now I have not actually. I've heard it a little bit, but I haven't watched British TV, or I haven't checked with a British person to see if that's really true. But it was in some material that I was teaching in Finland about writing that you don't put the S there in British English. So,
Holly,
yes.
I wrote in the chat box a number. How
Uh-huh.
would I say that number?
Okay. Because you have no commas, there's no comma, no decimal points, anything, I would say it this way: 351,987.
And with a comma?
So if you wanted it with a comma, where it was, yeah, with that one, it would be 351,987.
Can you repeat it?
Yeah, 351,987.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So, Alejandro, can you read the last line here?
Total amount of lottery money given to charity. 4.5 million pounds.
Hmm?
120 million pounds, and 6 billion pounds, and 16 billion pounds.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. So, and also I wanted to go over this one. You said 1,700 and 4,500, which is my preference with numbers. Also, we would say 1,700 or 4,500. Okay. Another thing about numbers that's kind of interesting, in some cultures, the decimal point and the comma are opposite. So, for example, when I was living in Finland, this was 1900. So, so that I found that very interesting. In some countries in Europe, this was not, because I would call that 1.9. But in some countries in Europe, and I think Sweden is like this as well, this is actually the comma here, right here, is actually the decimal point.
Yes, here is similar.
Is it the same?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I was talking to one of my students one time, and she said, "This is what I do." She just goes, I just don't even bother with it, because she doesn't want to get too confused. So how about in Mexico? Is Mexico like the English system, or is there a different system?
No, the comma comes first, and the point is for the decimal point.
Okay, the decimal point is for the decimal point. And in Argentina, the comma is the decimal point?
Yes, it's similar to Finland.
Okay. Yeah. And I wonder how many countries in the world are like that. So anyway, so let's go ahead. Let's match the vocabulary with the meanings. And unfortunately, since this is a PDF and I don't have one of those wonderful writing pads, I can't actually draw anything here. So, but woe would be problems. We've got without a doubt, mainstream, donation, grant, high profile, sue, have a field day, and the vast majority. Are you guys familiar with all of these terms? Please ask if you are not. This is my middle name. Anyway, so go ahead.
The first one, whoa. What kind of problem? Like issues or problems? Is the same?
It's interesting because when woe is I don't hear that word very much. I heard it when I was in school and we were reading the Bible. Woe, or people would say, "Woe is me." Woe is me. But I contribute the word woe to complaining. So people are having problems and they're complaining all the times. Oh, woe is me. I've got such a terrible life. Woe is me. That's how I think of it. But it is kind of a where you have types of problems. But I don't know any other way it's used. So when we look at the reading, we'll look at it together because it's been a while since I've read this article. So, any other questions?
Grant.
Grant, to grant, like to give, to grant a wish is a good collocation. So, children ask Santa Claus for a present at Christmas, and Santa Claus grants them or gives them what they want. You know, theoretically. Parents grant wishes all the time. Any other words?
The phrase is have a field day.
Okay, if you have a field day, oh wow.
A good day or something similar?
No, to have a field day, I have to think about how to actually explain it. This one's really, to me, it's a negative connotation. And when you have a field day, it means you're enjoying doing what you want to do. So let me think.
Because, for example, when in a baseball game, when a team won a game very easy, they have a field day.
That's probably where it came from. It's probably where it came from. But I think the best example that I can think of is when somebody, for a husband or a wife does something funny and everyone teases them, and and everyone has a field day teasing him. But anyway, to have a field day is really to do things that you enjoy a lot, often for bad things. So, all right, excellent. Any other words? Hello again, Jinyu.
Hi, teacher. I'm back.
Excellent, excellent. And she got her painting.
She is not happy because I didn't buy some food for her on the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. All
on
right.
the way home,
Well,
she's wanting to get some candy, but
uh-huh.
I told her it's time for lunch. I didn't buy this kind of candy for her.
Mm-hmm.
She is not.
Yeah,
She is
that's
sitting on the couch.
oh, so in English we would say she is pouting. It's from the verb to pout. So um so anyway, all right. Are there any other words here that you guys do not know or phrases? So let's go ahead and match. So we have woe goes with problems. So Alejandro, could you read what I'll read this. Certainly. What goes with certainly? What do you think?
Without a doubt.
Certainly. Yes, without a doubt. So how do we do this? Excuse me, I'm going to do it this way. I don't make it easy to 9. Excuse me. So without a doubt, definitely is 2. All right, and Carlos.
Main Street. Mm,
Can you read the second line?
Main Street. Main Street. Famous. Often in the newspapers and other media.
This one right here, under certainly.
Something given for free, often to charity. Donation.
Yes, donation. All right. Next one, Jinyu, can you read that one?
Correct.
Oh, that's the third
Correct.
line. It's right under the number 4.
Number 4.
No.
Donation.
No. Over on the other side.
Oh, money given often by a government for a specific purpose.
Okay, so money given.
Money given.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what would that be? Oh, I used the verb wrong. I thought it was a verb.
Grant.
Yeah, grant. Okay, so I was thinking grant was a verb, meaning to give, but you can also get, for example, a government grant, which is kind of like another word maybe would be like a scholarship. A lot of organizations will apply for money from the government and they will get a grant. So, sorry I didn't give you guys the right definition there. Okay, Alejandro, could you read the next one?
Take legal action against someone. Sue?
Yeah, to sue. Right, and then we have problems would be number 1. And all right, Carlos, could you read the next one?
Yes. Do something you enjoy a lot, often for bad things. Have a field day.
Yes. Right, and Alejandro, what is most?
Most with high profile.
No.
No? The vast majority.
Yes, the vast majority. Perfect. Okay, and Shinyu, you read the next one.
famous, often in the newspapers and other media. High profile.
Perfect. All right, and Carlos, next one.
Ideas people think are normal. So, what is the mainstream?
Mainstream, yeah. Mainstream would be basically that, for example, most Americans think going to a restaurant and tipping is normal. But in the rest of the world, people don't always tip. So tipping is mainstream in the U.S., but not in the rest of the world. So, all right. So
In some places, the tipping is included in the final cost.
Yeah, in the States there are some restaurants like that, but most Americans get really angry when they have that happen. Restaurants will do that if they're, for example, if you have a large group of 15 or more, they might include the tip in the cost, and it just upsets people. Also, fairly fancy restaurants might do that as well. And if you're expecting it, then you know to plan for it. But not everybody is expecting it, and they're caught off guard. They're surprised. So I'm going to write that down. Caught off guard means to be surprised. Okay, so let's go ahead and read this. Let's scan the text for the answers to exercise 2, which we didn't even answer. So, okay. So the questions were, let's look at the questions. The number of lottery tickets sold each week, the total number of lottery millionaires, amount of prize money won each week, and then the total amount of lottery money given to charity. So let's look for these answers. So Alejandro, can you read the first paragraph?
Yes. For many people, the thought of winning a jackpot in the national lottery is too hard to resist. A single ticket could help the end of all finance woes.
Okay, a single ticket could herald the end to all financial woes.
What does it mean, herald?
Herald could signal.
Okay.
Signal the end to all financial woes. Okay, Carlos, could you read the next paragraph?
The UK has just celebrated 10 years of life with the National Lottery. Without a doubt, Camelot, the lottery organizer, has transformed the nation into one where gambling has been brought into the mainstream.
Okay, and we wouldn't say brought. This is more like an ah sound, so it's brought into the mainstream. Okay, Xinyu, can you read the next one?
Which paragraph?
The third one, right? Starting with before.
Before the national lottery began, there were warnings from many about the harmful influence a national lottery would have on the country. Some felt that it would lead to a fall in donation to charity. Others believed that Britain would be turned into a nation of gambling addicts.
Okay, thank you. And Alejandro.
Yes, supporters of the National Lottery point out the many benefits it has brought the UK, as well as the renewed raises in taxation. Millions of pounds have been handed out in grant to good causes.
Okay, so let's read these two words. That could be a word collocation as well. Revenue raised.
Revenue raised.
Yeah, revenue raised in taxation.
In taxation.
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 Perfect. Okay. Carlos, can you read the next paragraph?
Over 16 billion pounds has been raised for the arts, sports, environment and education. While some of these have been controversial, such as money given to the opera houses, much has been spent on smaller projects with obvious benefits to the community.
Jinyu, can you read the next paragraph?
In the 10 years the lottery has been operating, more than 1,700 people have become millionaires, with around £2 million being handed out weekly in form of prizes, while the vast majority of winners are able to take newfound wealth into their stride. There have been a number of high-profile court cases involving lottery winners suing family members over how to divide up their winnings. The media has also had a field day with winners' inability to deal with the complexities of suddenly coming into a great deal of money.
All right, thank you. And Alejandro, could you read the next paragraph?
Yes, in the options may be divided over
So opinions.
opinions may be divided over the merits of the lottery, but one thing is for sure: with over 80 million tickets sold every week, the National Lottery looks set to become a permanent feature of British life.
All right, great. So now remember, opinions may be divided. Divided. That's what you said. You said divided. So you need to stress this part. Divided. Okay. So are there any words in here that you guys do not know? So we went over, heralded the into all financial problems.
Teacher,
Yes.
and the first paragraph, I don't know the word jackpot.
Okay. The jackpot is in a national lottery. The jackpot is kind of the okay. The best example I can give is you have a lottery where you have to guess 7 numbers, right? So say for example the person guessed 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and so they guess these 7 numbers, and the lottery comes out, and if they win a certain amount of money if they guess 4 of them. So they guessed 1, 3, 5, and 7. So they get a little bit of money. They win money from the lottery. If they guess all of the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they win the jackpot, which means the full amount. So so you'll see for countries and states that have lotteries, we might see if a big lottery is coming up, and you might see, say for example, a $6 million lottery, and so if the person wins the jackpot, they get all $6 million. That is if they actually guessed all 7 numbers. Does that make sense? Jinyu?
You explained that very well. I have the other question.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Let's go to the next page.
Okay.
Okay. Stride. On the next page.
Stride.
Into the stride.
Into the. Where's it at? Okay.
The
Into
second paragraph.
second paragraph. That helps.
In the middle.
Okay. Are able to take newfound wealth into their stride. Okay. This is something that is in my passive vocabulary, meaning when I read it, I understand it, but I have never used it. Okay. However, what it means is that the vast majority, most of the winners, are able to take the newfound wealth and do well. They're able to just make it into part of their life and go on. Okay. But some are not able to do that. In fact, one thing I've actually heard is for many lottery winners, they are usually broke within 5 years. So, this article is saying that they are actually okay. They do fine. So, and a stride is actually talking about how a person walks, and so in that respect, I read it and I totally understood it, but I've never actually ever used it before. So keep in mind that's how it is. Any other words or phrases? Carlos, Alejandro, do you have any words or phrases?
Yes, Holly. I think that is a phrasal verb. Handed out.
Yeah. Okay. Handed out. Where's that out?
There appears in the fourth and the sixth paragraph.
Okay, being handed out weekly. Okay. With about 2 million pounds being handed out. Yeah, it is. To hand out means to give. So you could say with around 2 million pounds being given out weekly in the form of prizes. So
thank you.
You're welcome. Any others? It's funny when my computer does that. I don't know why. Let's see if I can try to do it again.
And teacher.
Yes.
Are you using your new computer?
Yes. Why?
Oh, and I think you should not have this problem because you are using a new computer.
So I'm sorry. You know what happens with it? Okay.
And a few months ago, you bought this computer.
See that?
A few months ago, you bought this computer.
Yeah, I actually bought it in September or October, right when I started working with Verbling. Yeah, but this is when I actually when I do this happens when this happens, it's because I've got two screens and I've put my mouse on the wrong thing on the one screen. So I just finally figured it out. So all right, where are we for time? Okay. For time, let's go ahead and go into the discussion. I would encourage you guys as you to download this worksheet if you can, and remember you always find the worksheets located right here. So, but anyway, so you can download that worksheet. And so, what do you think of the lotteries like the one mentioned in the text? Alejandro, what do you think?
I can understand the question.
Okay, so what do you think of lotteries? Do you think they're okay?
Ah, and they produce addiction
Hmm.
in one hand, and another hand, it could be help people with the taxes,
Hmm. Yes.
the with destination in charity.
Hmm. I'm wondering if I should drive down to Nevada and go to some casinos and see if I can win some money. So, Carlos, how about you? Do you approve of raising money through gambling?
Mm, I think yes, because uh, gambling is kind of addiction like tobacco or alcohol.
Uh-huh.
If somebody is abusing of gambling, it would be correct that they pay taxes for, for their actions because uh, uh, for the viewpoint of the society,
Uh-huh.
gambling is not uh, a good practice. So I think it's correct they pay taxes for gambling.
Mm-hmm. All right. And all right. And Jinyu, what forms of gambling are legal in your country, and do many people take part?
The economy in China is not good. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of people want to become a millionaire suddenly, so they try to take part in a lot of gambling.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So they
Uh,
try to take part in a lot of gambling?
And near my house,
Uh-huh.
uh, near my house, a lot of young people are playing games using computer.
Uh-huh.
They want to uh, win monies through playing computer games.
They went to win what?
They
Oh,
want
they went to
to win
win
money.
money. Mm-hmm.
Mm, mm.
Okay.
Yes, Holly. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I have a comment out of this topic. Uh,
Uh-huh.
I find very curious because here in Mexico there are casinos.
Uh-huh.
Uh, it's very curious to me because the most of the customers of the casinos are women. So
Really?
yes, the 99% of the customers are women.
Wow.
That's
It's
very curious to me because uh, I think it's something like I don't know how to say in the brain. I don't know, something happened in the women brains that they become addict to the casino.
huh. Yeah, because in the States it's definitely not like that as well at all. So could also there be a cultural thing as far as that goes?
I think yes because I I I have only 2 or 3 times I went to a casino.
Hmm.
Was very impressive because only women, only
Oh,
women
wow.
of all classes,
I
rich,
was going to say, was it all ages? And
yes, and also rich women and poor women, and
huh.
that was very curious. And I remember to only have seen 2 or 3 men in the casino playing the I don't know how the name the roulette or the this machine that you pull the,
Uh-huh.
the
Yeah.
and then I think the 99% of the customers were women.
The question for you, since you live in a part of Mexico where a lot of tourists go, are there also a lot of American tourists in the casinos?
I have not seen a race of American customers in the casino.
Okay, okay. So, because I know at least, like for example, in before the 90s, casinos were only found in Nevada and and in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Only two places in the U.S. But Americans would always travel. Some who could would travel to other countries where they had them. And so I was just wondering if that's.
Here where I live,
Uh-huh.
there were no casinos about 10 years ago.
Ah.
About 10 years or maybe 15 years ago, the
Uh-huh.
first casino came into my city. And
Mm.
since then, about, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 casinos have been opened
Mm-hmm.
in my city. And it's like, I don't know, I talking about big casino, no very small building, big casinos, a lot of customers, and
Mm-hmm.
99% of the customers are women.
Ah, okay. Yeah, it's definitely not like that in the U.S. So,
Local customers, not foreign people.
uh-huh.
The majority are local customers.
Wow. Okay. Weird. Weird. That would be a
Hi,
very good.
teacher. I have another
That would be a
question.
good sociology subject for a sociology paper for a university student as to why that is.
Yeah.
So, Jinyu, were you going to say something?
I don't know the word casino you are talking about.
Oh, casino. Let me show you in pictures. Let me. I'll screen share again.
Mm.
As soon as you see, at least from the movies. I don't know if you guys have casinos in China or not.
Casino. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm eating food.
Okay. And see, here we go. So these are casinos.
Mm.
So basically Las Vegas. Las Vegas or Atlantic City in the U.S. So,
Oh.
all right. It looks like we're actually out of time. So I do want to thank you for your participation, and I hope you learned some new words along with talking about an interesting topic. At least I thought was interesting. So, all right. Thank you very much. See you guys.
Bye.
See you later. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.